It's nesting season in the Okefenokee Swamp, and researchers want to know what makes a good mama gator, and how much is parenting influenced by genetics or environment.
You're all right now. Or do we want to set up the big one? I feel like the big one's still sticking. We're in the Okefenokee Swamp, and Okefenokee means land of the trembling earth. This is the largest freshwater wetland east of the Mississippi, and this is the largest blackwater swamp in North America.
It's over 400,000 acres. It's at the headwaters of the Suwannee and St. Mary's, and the amount of water that evaporates from the Okefenokee is very important for local rainfall patterns.
Right now, we're just setting up our snares. All we have here is a paint pole, actually, from a hardware store. And these are coyote snares, actually. And we use them for alligators.
The UGA Coastal Ecology Lab has been studying alligators in the Okefenokee Swamp. They want to see how the health and behavior of these reptiles are affected by human influence. Maybe human influence isn't felt, in an obvious way, out here in the prairie, but it will be at a site we'll visit later.
The Okefenokee Alligator Project started in 2017 through the University of Georgia, and we started catching animals out here, doing basic mark recapture and conducting research and involving the public in education. It's this really neat partnership of academia, federal government, state government, and a private nonprofit.
Mark joined the team to conduct research for his Ph.D., which has a tighter focus.
I am studying alligator genetics, epigenetics, and behavior. So we're out here catching alligators so that we can get morphometrics or measurements from all these animals. We get tissue samples, blood samples, basically as much data as we can collect from them. Woo! Everybody likes to come out and say, oh, this is going to be so exciting. And it is for about 5 minutes. He's gone, keep going. The rest of the time, it's what we just did, where we rode around in a boat, tried to find some alligators, casted a few of them. I hit him, he's moving. But it doesn't always work out to where you get to catch them.
The Okefenokee is full of places for an alligator to hide.
Their shelter is they dig dens. So that goes oftentimes out here in the prairie, it goes under the battery. Okay, so this is some of the peat blow-ups that we see around here in the Okefenokee. And this is where the Okefenokee gets its name of land of the trembling earth. So if I push on this, you can see it actually bobs up and down, which is the trembling earth part. But this is all peat. You might think of it as mud. It's really not so much mud as it's decaying plant matter. And alligators like to sit on this to bask. Catch a lot of those. All right, I don't think I'm gonna find them in all this ground, unfortunately. Back that way and we can go check out the babies, so at least we catch, yep, at least we get something.
After striking out in the Suwannee Canal and the prairie, they find alligators in one of those human-influenced habitats I mentioned earlier.
This is actually a really great example of how even a defensive female will stand her ground and protect her babies, but she's not trying to be aggressive or come after Mark.
This parental behavior is exactly what Mark looks for in his genetics study.
We're talking about genetics, so looking at relatedness and how that affects the alligator dynamic and hierarchy. We're talking about epigenetics, and epigenetics is just how your DNA is expressed. Your DNA doesn't change, but your environment and the things you interact with can change that expression. So we're looking at that amongst all the entrances across the swamp, how the different habitats and anthropogenic features, how that might change the epigenetic profile.
Anthropogenic features like this ditch, where Mama has swum to the far side. Her babies follow.
How your mother interacts with you can change your epigenetics and thus your behavior. So we're looking at that with the alligators. So some mother alligators are very good, very defensive, will protect from humans and bears. Other mother alligators, not so great. And if a human comes along, all right, you're on your own.
When she catches it, she's going to throw the pole back, so just keep... Oh, Mark, there's a couple on the bank where they originally were.
Next, round up the babies.
Alligators have a very good sense of vision. They're actually more closely related to birds. So you see a lot of similarities between alligators and birds, like the maternal care that you're observing here at this very moment.
All right, take them. I'll put them in my car.
Do you see all these slices of bread? Someone threw a loaf of bread in here. This is disgusting.
Never feed an alligator. That is the #1 way that we end up with human alligator problems. Because you feed the alligator, and just like you feed your dog from the dinner table,
Stop biting him!
suddenly the alligator is begging for food every time they see a person. So we're going to get genetics and epigenetics tissue samples from the mothers and the babies and see if that epigenetic and thus maybe that behavior is being passed down from mother to offspring.
It's the classic question of nature versus nurture, genetics versus habitat. The more gators they sample over time, and the more they observe, the better they can quantify how each factor influences the apex predator.
Clear.
For WFSU Public Media, I'm Rob Diaz de Villegas.